Well, to begin with, we want to mention definitely that in all of these books, we have to talk about the setting of the story. The setting is where the story takes place. In this instance, the setting of the story is in the farmyard. Okay? Characters are also important in the story. In this particular story, Spider, the horse, the cow, the sheep, the goat, the pig, the dog, the cat, the duck, the rooster, and fly and owl were all characters in the story. However, the main character, naturally, who the story is mostly about, is the spider. The plot we'll get to in a little bit, and the plot just refers to the sequence of events in the story, and probably what discuss what the main problem is and how the whole problem is resolved in the story. That's what the plot really refers to. In our story, we want to focus on a bit of vocabulary. The words that I chose to focus on in this particular story is very, meadow, blunt, grunt, crow, thread, trail, and post. And these are all various types of words that would be new and helpful for different age children. Words like very is a term that maybe a second grader or third grader might encounter, and it needs to be explained as the furthest, the most something can be. Something is very tasty. It means it's the most tasty it can be. Very fast, the fastest. Okay, meadow. Meadow is another term that is not commonly seen, but it simply means a field. Bleat, the sound that a sheep makes. Grunt, crow, thread, trail, and post. These are all new words that definitely would help a child's vocabulary to grow. Then there are verbs. Verbs like blew, trailed, landed, spin, bleated, grunted, barked, finished. With verbs, you want to also point out that verbs are actions. Actions that happen now, happened in the future, or happened in the past. In this instance, we're focusing on past actions. Blew is an irregular verb. It does not have the ed on the end, like this one, but the whole word changes. So does caught, and so does built. Other words commonly have the ed on the end, like trailed, landed, bleated, grunted, barked, finished. And you want to also point out that the ed sometimes sounds like a d, as in trailed, or id, as in landed, or t, as in finished, or barked. Okay? And these are things we want to carefully teach to our children so that they can incorporate it, understand it when they read. Okay? Adjectives are another term. In this particular story, thin, silky, pesty, and beautiful. My suggestion for these types of words is to have the children draw pictures of these words, whatever they can picture it to be, right? And then thereafter make sentences with those words and eventually make stories including those words as part of their story. WH questions, a very critical part of literature. When, where, what? Those type of questions, we do these questions during the story to improve the comprehension of the WH words. So, when did the spider blow into the farmyard? Where did the spider land? What animal wanted to go for a ride? Which animal wanted to run in the meadow? What did the pig want to do? Which animal wanted to go swimming? What did the spider build? Who built this beautiful web? These are words, these are questions that we use during the story. We ask them during the story to increase the comprehension or the understanding of these types of words. Question words. When? What is it asking for? A time. Where? What is it asking for? A place, etc. Then you have higher language questions like, why did the spider build the web? Why do you think the story is named The Very Busy Spider? This is more for your third graders, right? So that they can learn to take different aspects of the story and formulate their answers. Okay? Then there's sequencing. Here's some story events that you would have your child sequence, or your children sequence. The sheep bleated, want to run in the meadow. The rooster crows, want to catch a plastic fly. The wind blows a spider across the field onto a fence post. The horse neighs, want to go for a ride, but the spider does not answer. The spider falls asleep. What order do these events happen? To make the task easier, just use 3 of these sentences. To make it more difficult, use all 5. Okay, sequencing is a great skill, and you need it for various subjects. You need it in math, social studies, science, just about every subject matter that you can think of. Finally, we have articulation practice. In this story, there are several words that contain sounds that kids have a lot of trouble pronouncing. There are sounds like th, s blends, ch and sh, s, k, f, r, l, w. Common sounds that are very commonly difficult for children to pronounce. Begin with the th. Some of the words with th were thin, thread, that, and with. If you take note, the th sound occurs in various positions of these words. They're at the beginning and they're at the end. When we work on sounds with children as speech language pathologists, we use words that have the sound in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, so kids can have a complete practice. Okay? Alright. S blends: spider, post, spin, swim, rooster, pesty. Again, the S blends occur at the beginning, as in spider, in the middle, as in rooster, and at the end, as in post. Ch and S words: chase, finished. S and Z sounds: busy, fence, horse, was, grass, some, and chase. K and G words: across, barked, silky, cat, began, take, cow, go, goat, do, oink, crow, grunt, catch, pig, caught, dog, rocks, and duck. F words: beautiful, fallen, fence, woof. R words: very, spider, early, farm, yard, roll, ride, answer, run, and rocks. L words: field, silky, landed, owl, built, roll, early, trailed, called, like, beautiful. W words: web, woof. As you begin working on these words, I would begin with the S words because that's the most visible type of sound to produce. And the last words that I might focus on is the K words, where the sound is produced in the back of the mouth. Okay?